Hey friends, I'm Liz Holtzman and you are listening to the Simplified Podcast. If you're looking for a quiet place where you can filter out the noise and the hustle, this is it. Every week, we invite you to slow down and join us to explore practical ways to organize and automate the complicated parts of life so you can focus on what truly matters most. Guys, as you're gearing up to get back into the swing of things, why not refresh your lunch bag too? That's why I am so pumped to tell you that we have partnered again with Fit and Fresh to bring you the most adorable lunch bags in the simplified prints that you will love. These insulated lunch bags are so cute and so handy. They even come with meal prep containers already inside to make lunchtime even easier for you. I know you are going to love them as much as we do. You can find the simplified Fit and Fresh lunch bag right now over at Amazon or Target.com. Over here at Simplified, we get a lot of feedback from our Simplified Sisterhood on things they need help with. Those little tricky problem areas that don't seem like an obvious problem, but slowly you begin to realize that, hey, actually, packing a lunch feels like a chore. And you kind of want some help on how to make it easier, or at least a little bit less mundane, or maybe all of the above. We heard you, and I get it. Whether you're packing your own lunch to go to the office or you're packing your kids' lunch as they go back to school, figuring out lunch just feels like a place that could use a little bit more fun and inspiration. And you know who I feel like has this whole lunch thing figured out is Laura, which is why I grabbed her for a quick chat about what she's eating for lunch, what she's packing in it, and what her girls are eating these days in their lunches too. Spoiler alert, I also poke her for some really good school lunch packing hacks for you guys. And let's be honest for myself, because I'm going to be packing school lunches for Bennett before I know it. So let's get to it, you guys. Here is my tip-filled conversation with Laura on lunch packing hacks. Hi, Laura.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to talk lunch. Hello.
Lunch is my favorite. I know some people can just forget to eat lunch. I am not one of those people.
No.
I am not one of those people. Lunch, I get excited for lunch. I think about it. It's a very important part of my day.
It is. It's like the cream on the Oreo. Like it's the middle part of your day. It's got to be good.
Oh, wow. That was such a great analogy.
The thing is about lunch, though, I don't know how you lunch, and we're going to learn all about how you lunch.
Mm-hmm.
But lunch for me is okay, so breakfast to me is a big deal because I like to start off the day with a lot of protein.
Mm-hmm.
And then dinner is a big deal. Like Alex is the king of dinner. Like his thing is he cannot wait to get home.
Oh, I love that for you.
It's amazing for me, honestly.
Yeah.
He cannot wait to get home from work, and his decompression is cooking dinner. So
what a dream. That's
I know.
So great.
So then lunch is this thing in the middle of the day that usually happens between meetings and very small pockets of time. So for me, lunch needs to be filling, but also stupid easy.
Fast.
So fast. What about you? What is lunch for you?
Similar. I am always shoving food in my face between meetings or on the way out the door for sure. But I am not a breakfast person, actually. Usually I'm lucky if I get a granola bar in for breakfast. So by the time lunch comes, I am starving. I am famished.
Yeah.
But it has to be quick and delicious and bonus points for healthy and have some kind of vegetable in it.
This is good. We're coming at this from two different viewpoints then. So hopefully this will be very helpful.
So Laura, we need to know, what do you eat for lunch every day? Are you someone who eats the same exact thing for lunch every day? Do you switch it up? What is your go-to situation?
Okay. Now, and I can't talk about this if I don't give credit where credit is due.
I think I know what you're about to say.
Dusty.
Landovers.
Dusty.
Yep.
Dusty on Team Simplified is my work mom. She has two daughters that are older than me.
She's all of our work moms.
Yes, she truly is. I learn so much from her, but her Substack is incredible.
Poppin'.
Yes. And I just learn so much from her. Okay. So what I have been doing for the past, at least since the beginning of summer. So Dusty calls them snack plates. I call them adult Lunchables because That's what it feels like. And honestly, every single day on the weekends, we go rogue if we're out, like, but 5 days a week, the days that I am like in my house working, I make myself a snack plate and it's grab and go. I try to just eat the rainbow.
It's such a great way to get a balanced like meal in.
Yes.
You can grab some protein, grab some carb, just a little bit of everything.
Yes. And that's exactly what it is. I grab a protein, I grab a fat, so like an avocado cup, Baby Bell cheese, crackers. And then if the other half of the adult lunchable plate can be like fresh fruit, it could be hummus with veggies. And then I'll throw like a little piece of dark chocolate in there too.
Because why not?
It is the perfect lunch for me. I love it.
That's such a fun way to eat.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And this has become a very trendy thing too. Now, like you can get on TikTok or Instagram and see people do this in a beautiful way, but that is not me. It is
we're not doing it beautifully.
Pull it, dump it, and I've like eaten it in 5 minutes because I don't have any more than that. So
yeah,
I'm loving a snack plate. My kids are loving it. Like they're
so fun.
They want to be like, I want you to make that for me, Mom. So I've taught them how to make that. So it's been like a miracle worker to the middle of our days this summer for sure.
Okay, that's actually not the Dusty tip I thought you were going to share because I have.
Oh my gosh, please share.
I have another Dusty tip, and I think she calls them planned overs. But she basically just makes like a double batch at dinner, knowing that you're going to eat it for another meal, whether that's for dinner the next night. In my house, that means for lunch the next day, and just planning your leftovers. So Dusty taught me that and it's again, a game changer because it's one time you're making the effort, but you are also still getting a fresh home cooked meal very quickly that I can pop in the microwave, like an actual meal. Yummy leftovers from dinner last night is just perfect.
I love that for you. I love it.
Yeah.
I think what we're going to come back to a lot in this episode is planning ahead and making the time to prep. Like, if you can prioritize that in your week when it comes to lunch, you will just thank yourself every single day. For us, it's a Sunday afternoon. We do all the grocery shopping and then we spend like a good hour slicing and dicing and cutting and chopping and organizing. And that extra hour spent after grocery shopping on a Sunday just blesses us the rest of the week.
It saves so much time. The math never maths to me. If you don't spend the hour to prep on Sunday or whatever day that is for you, it takes me so much more time throughout the week. And I don't understand why that 1 hour saves me so many more hours, but it just does. So we work remotely, which is amazing for a lot of reasons. One of which is my kitchen is a few steps away from me at all times, a blessing and a curse. But we don't, as far as lunches, we don't have to necessarily pack them usually unless we're going to be working, from a coffee shop or things like that. But so for those of our friends who are going into the office and are packing a lunch and bringing it with them, what kind of lunch would you pack in that kind of instance if we want to make sure we're bringing something from home and not spending the money every day going out for lunch?
Yes. So for me, like the adult lunchable idea is totally able to be on the go. The snackle boxes like we were talking about earlier in the summer. But also like I'm a huge like soup in a thermos type of thing. When my mom let me bring something in a thermos to school, that just felt so fancy.
Mac and cheese.
Yes. So, and that's a really good idea for those planned overs like Dusty does as well. Like just stick, pour a whole serving of soup into a thermos and it's ready to go the next day. What about you? When is the last time you've worked in an office?
I mean, before COVID, I was going into an office. Gosh. Yeah. And I used to pack my lunch. I mean, I usually would go grab something like once a week, but for the most part, I would bring my own lunch. And leftovers, again, are really great for this because you don't have to work that hard. But salads I am such a believer that salads can be fun. They don't have to be boring and tasteless.
Yep.
Salads were always a really great thing for me to pack going into the office because you can add the carbs, you can add the fats, you can add the protein. What I did a lot of times was keep things separate. So I would do a big Tupperware with my greens or whatever was going to be the base. And then I would, kind of look through the fridge and, okay, let's say I have rotisserie chicken. I'll do a little baggie of that. And I would just kind of like, once I got to work, sort of assemble it there. And it would just make life, I don't know, the salads tasted fresher, that tasted better. And then just don't ever put your dressing on before you get there. I would always do a little tiny Tupperware thing of the dressing.
Yes.
Yeah. And they're so cute, which makes lunch even more fun.
I know. It's more fun.
So I would always do that. And I also am a really big fan of adding like a grain to your salad. There's something so delicious to me about like a wild rice or a brown rice, like half a cup of that in your salad. I don't know. It's just, it adds a little bit more like
heartiness.
To your salad, or like cooked sweet potatoes, or I don't know, adding a carb, like a healthy carb into a salad for me is a must. It just makes it feel like I'm eating something a little bit heartier than greens,
Yeah, still healthy. I love with the salad too. Like you're not heating anything up, which I remember with certain leftovers, you don't want to make the whole office stink when you're heating.
No. At one job that I had some years ago, there was a guy in the office who like 75% of his work days would bring fish for lunch. And he would, I swear to God, he would microwave it. Illegal. It should be illegal. HR should have had a conversation with him. He would microwave it. He would, and the entire office would smell.
No thanks.
Yeah.
New job.
Don't be that person. Do not be that person. And if you are that person, everyone is talking about you.
Around the water cooler.
Just do not microwave it in front of everybody else. It seems like the price of just about everything is going up these days, and that eats into your budget. So if you are looking to trim a little bit here and a little bit there, you've got to give Rocket Money a try. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. Over 80% of people have subscriptions they forgot about, and chances are you're one of them. I know I am. Rocket Money will quickly and easily find your subscriptions for you, and for any you don't want to pay for anymore, you just hit cancel and Rocket Money will cancel it for you. It is that easy. I set a reminder in my phone to check Rocket Money at least once a month, so I'm reminded about all the subscriptions I have and which ones I don't use anymore. This month alone, I canceled a couple of streaming apps and a delivery app that I just wasn't using anymore, and I saved about $30. I know that might not sound like much, but that adds up to $360 a year, and I can do a lot with that. Think about all of the diapers I can buy with that. So stop throwing your money away, cancel unwanted subscriptions, and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/simplified. That's rocketmoney.com/simplified. rocketmoney.com/simplified.
Welcome to the next few weeks of summer. Anytime I go outside to walk Walter, I'm going to sweat. And when I get home, I immediately want to take off my sweaty bra and air out. That's the facts, kids. But at least Honeylove makes wearing a bra during these last warm days a bit more bearable. Guys, Honeylove bras are going to be your new favorites. They are so comfortable, you'll forget you're even wearing them. Liz and Laura just told me to get Honeylove's V bra, and I love it. It's a relaxed bra that's perfect for lounging around. There's no underwire, which is wonderful, but it still lifts and separates with molded cups. It is the best of all the worlds. But it doesn't stop there. Honeylove has more than just bras. They have incredibly comfortable leggings, tanks, and sleepwear to get you through the rest of the summer season. So treat yourself to the best bras on the market. You can get 20% off your entire order at honeylove.com/simplified. That's 20% off your whole order at honeylove.com/simplified. Make sure you use our exclusive link so they'll know that we sent you.
Okay, so I know I have already made it clear that I'm a really big fan of cooking a ton of something for dinner and then making leftovers for lunch. Do you do that, Laura? And if you do, like, what kind of meal do you do that with? Or what kind of meals do you do that with?
Almost always when we have pasta during the week for dinner, we will make extra and just that will last us days.
Yep.
I mean, it's usually gone within the first day, let's be honest. But we will always double a pasta recipe. We will always double taco meat because hello, taco meat is even just so easy to sprinkle on a salad the next day.
Yep.
So taco meat, pasta, and soup. All of those things we will always try to double at dinner so that we have it the next day.
I love just sticking with something that just makes a lot, like by itself. So chili,
yes.
I can never make like a normal size batch of chili. Like chili always feeds 3 families. I just don't know how to cut it down. I don't know how. So chili is such a great one for us, or like a crock pot soup. Really a great planned leftover situation. Also, casseroles get a really bad rap, and I understand why.
Why? Okay, but why? They're so easy, so delicious.
I know. The word casserole,
it's just old-fashioned.
We need a new word for them.
Ooh.
I have started calling them bakes. Like instead of like a taco casserole, it's a taco bake.
I like that a lot.
And then my husband isn't like, another casserole. I'm like, no, it's a bake. Okay.
So casserole always reminds me of like a potluck. And I don't know why. It just feels like.
Just like 1970s. Like, I don't know. It's just.
Yes. I really enjoy a bake.
Like I can picture the red vinyl floor. I don't know. We call them bakes in our house. So that's my casserole bakes are really good planned leftover.
Ooh, my cakes.
Yes. There you go. Even better. Do you keep anything like staples in the pantry or the fridge or even the freezer that make like lunches either for you or Alex or for the girls, like anything that you have on hand that makes lunches easier?
Okay, so this is the system we have done for the summer, and I can't wait to see how it makes our school year lunch packing easier. We have a big, like a plastic bin. We have one in the pantry, one in the fridge, and one in the freezer. And it says, and I've labeled it lunch. And basically in each of those bins, in each of those spots are things that we've pre-assembled, pre-prepped, and all of these things go in there so that at lunchtime, they can just grab from the 3 different spots and they've got their own lunch. It's an idea that I stole from the internet, not my idea. It definitely has worked for us. You know, we have older kids. This summer, they'll be 11, 8, and 5. And so they're able to do this on their own.
Yeah.
So some of the staples. So like in the pantry, we will have pretzels, chips, granola bar, trail mix, fruit snacks, that type of thing. Mm-hmm. In the fridge, it's string cheese, it's meat sticks. We love chomps so much. Applesauces, mandarin orange cups, and then little baggies of fruit and veggies and cups of hummus and peanut butter and ranch. That all lives in that bin. And then the freezer bin, this is another idea stole from Emily and Dusty. I feel like I learned a lot from those two.
I know. Same.
They freeze sandwiches, which is so smart. So we will have a bin that has turkey and cheese. And also sometimes I'll do wraps too, but also peanut butter and jelly. And it sounds weird and it sounds like it would be gross and it would thaw weird, but it doesn't. It like truly.
So genius.
So genius. And for summertime in the morning, I'll just pull them out and I'll stick them in the fridge. But for school, like they'll thaw by the time they eat lunch in their lunch boxes. It's just so smart. So in the freezer bin, we'll have frozen sandwiches. I'll also put like yogurt tubes in the freezer so that by the time they have them for lunch, they're thawed. So those are kind of some staples we have in our lunch bins.
That's really fun. We, of course, are not quite yet at the school lunch, kids lunch phase yet. Bennett has no teeth. So my like stocking is really just for David and I, which is still very important because lunch is a big deal, like I said, to both of us. So Costco or Sam's Club, Costco is closer for us, is like our go-to. I can get so many. I have been loving this summer the bear chicken. They're like, I kept seeing on TikTok that they're supposed to be like taste identical to the Chick-fil-A, like chicken strips, chicken nuggets, things like that. They are so good. So I will stock. I've seen them at my regular grocery store too, but I stock up on things like that, keep them in the freezer. We are really big freezer people. We have an extra freezer in the basement. I keep things stocked because I love having backflow. So I will do like a salad with essentially chicken nuggets, which is just what is better than that. So then I'll do a little bit of ranch on top, a little bit of Frank's hot sauce. Boom, that's a salad. Black bean burgers are a really good one for us. But like I said, things that we can keep in the freezer, they don't go bad. I can do a big Costco run once a month and just kind of put things everywhere. I do little bags of trail mix, either the pre-made ones, or I can get a big bag of it and make it, myself. We love trail mix, things like that. Snacky things, really quick, easy, and freezer things.
There's no better feeling than knowing you have stocked areas of food.
Yeah.
It makes the decision fatigue in the moment.
Yeah.
Just that goes away because you've made the time to do that big monthly trip to Costco or that Sunday afternoon.
Yep.
It's really crazy how much of a shift it is to your mindset, even when you take the time.
And I am not doing this right now, but I have pre-baby and I feel like I have enough rhythm in my life where I can get back to this. But I know Emily's mom plans dinner. This is shifting to dinner a little bit, but you could do it for lunch too.
You could.
Plans meals a month at a time. And there were many months where I did that. And it just like the decision fatigue, I almost sometimes just get paralyzed by that decision making, and it just feels so overwhelming. And when you take that out, life just feels so much lighter. I can't explain it, and it sounds so silly, but truly, like, make that decision once, figure it all out, and then move on, and then you've got it on autopilot.
And then rinse and repeat. I think where a lot of like the paralyzing comes from.
Yeah.
Oh, well, like we see this new fun thing on Instagram and then we save it. And then we're watching all of these other people who do this for their literal jobs. Be so creative with food and like pairings of food. And that's not me. I wish it was me. Maybe in another life it would be me.
Some people enjoy that. And some people don't, like some people enjoy the creativity and being in the kitchen. And if that is you, enjoy it. Like if that's where your creativity comes from, that is so fun for you. And if it's not, that's okay too. Like put it on autopilot.
It's okay for it to be rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
I think Emily does something that I have stolen. She has just like a notebook or a notepad sheet of paper taped in her pantry of like top 10 lunches, top 10 dinners that everyone in the family will eat. They're easy to make, no complaints. And you plug those 10 things in every month twice. And then you factor in eating out a couple times, the leftovers a couple times, and there's your 31 days of meals. That's how we do things. And it's not exciting, but it gets the job done. And our kids have healthy food in their bodies. And then we like to go have fun and experiment. And when we go out to eat, we'll try new stuff. But we, in this season of life at home, it's got to be
rinse and repeat.
Really simple. Yes. Rinse and repeat.
This is a very important question. Are you ready for it?
Oh, boy.
What do you drink at lunch?
Oh, what do I drink at lunch? I usually have about 3 beverages going on at one time.
Do you? At least. I have, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cups on my desk at this particular moment.
Yes.
I'm not saying all of them are from today because they are not.
Let's just be truly honest. I picked up my office yesterday and the amount of coffee cups and other cups that I came to the kitchen with, Alex just looked at me and didn't even say anything. He just walked.
Just okie dokie. Yeah.
Okay. So I usually have like a big, like right now it's a Stanley that's got ice and water in it. And then I'll have my coffee. And then I'll usually have a sparkling water or two. Like I'm on a big lime LaCroix kick.
We've talked about this.
We have.
Yeah.
That's been a staple this summer. Those are usually it's water, it's a sparkling water, and then it's caffeine of some sort. What about you?
I'm the exact same. It is habit without fail. I will go downstairs to the kitchen, get lunch, and grab a LaCroix from the fridge. And then I have my morning coffee, which is hot, black. Every day. Does not matter what the temperature is outside. It is hot, plain, black, straight black coffee. And then in the afternoon, my afternoon coffee in the summer is always iced. It's a fun coffee beverage. But that is my daily my daily drink routine with water in my Stanley throughout.
Yes,
If I'm being
exactly.
responsible, but
It could be worse. We could be,
it could be worse. You're right.
yes, we're hydrating
Uh-huh.
and caffeinating.
There. It's fine. Oh my gosh. Okay, one more question. I'm just like I said, we are not in this stage yet, and I have so many questions about the stage for when we get there. But do your girls pack their own lunches yet? And if I'm sure you've got a range, so I'm sure some do and some don't. But what age do they start doing that? And do you put any guardrails about what they put in their lunch so it's not cookies and fruit snacks?
So if I was like a perfect Pinterest mom, I would probably have some sort of chart hanging in my pantry that says you need 1 from this column and 2 from this column. No, I can't do that. Maybe someday I will be that. No, let's be honest. I will never be that mom. I will never. But like we have trained them enough to know that you can't just put chocolate chip cookies in your lunchbox like that.
Yeah.
We
that does not fuel your body. Yeah.
Right. And they're big sandwich girls, and that's easy for us. So they usually just grab a sandwich, and then I say you need a couple colors from the rainbow in your lunchbox, and then I will let them have usually a bag of chips and something sweet to throw in there too. But I'm not, and I would say I could trust them to do that the right way at about like 8 years old.
Yeah.
For Paige, I still pack her lunch. I'll let her throw in the fun things, but I make sure that she has like carrots and ranch and some apples. Yeah. Something that has some nutrition in it.
Yeah.
But I am not the over the top. I'm cutting cucumber slices out of a star shaped
with a cookie cutter.
Yeah. No.
And again, if that brings you joy,
I guess
have at it. I love that for you.
And please like post it on Instagram because I love watching you do it. Like it brings me immense joy watching you do it. That is just not my gift. My gift lies in other places. I will say, like, I have noticed my kids will eat proteins. Like for example, if I can somehow change the shape or make it fun in some way, they will eat the whole thing. So like meat and cheese, I'll roll up and put like a little toothpick through it and it feels fancy. I'll do things like that. Usually my kids hate the crust on their bread. So I will sometimes take like a giant, like heart-shaped cookie cutter.
That's easy.
And just, yes, that's
once
easy
and
stuff.
done. Yeah.
Yes. So I'll do things like that make it fun. But other than that, they are the older two are pretty self-sufficient. But there was for many years where we had to teach and show and check those lunch boxes before they hop in the car.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, like I said, I'm going to tuck that in the back pocket for when we get to that stage because it feels like eons from now, but I know that it will be here before I blink my eyeballs. So,
and honestly, Liz, so some of the moms I follow do have babies that are just turning 1, and the meals that these babies are having are unreal. I mean, again, so inspiring. Like, so inspiring if you have the time and the budget to do that kinds of things. But it's going to be, I mean, he's 6 months.
He is like, in like a week.
He is on the brink of eating.
I know. And I don't even want to talk about it because him eating real foods makes me so anxious. I can't even tell you. Like, we have to get there. I have to get there because he does eventually have to eat something other than milk.
I know.
But I just like it feels so overwhelming to me. The baby led weaning, all of those. It's so overwhelming to me. And I need to, I need to get there. And
But you know what? And it was overwhelming for me to pack a lunch when my kid went to like morning preschool twice a week when they were 3. Like the beginning of all of these stages of feeding our families is all overwhelming. And then you just figure out what works for you and doesn't cause you overwhelm. And then you get into a really good rhythm. Like this, Bennett's going to be so lucky because you guys eat really delicious food and you're just going to make him his own little plate of what you're eating. Like it's all going to work out. He's going to love it. It's a big deal, but it's also exciting. And then you do it and you get in a good rhythm and you feel amazing about yourself. And it's all great.
We'll get there. It's the newness of everything as a new mom makes me anxious, as I'm sure a lot of you can relate to. But we get there. Every little hill we tackle and we keep on trucking. So This is just another little hill we will get over soon. To prepare for today's episode, I took a peek through, if you're not part of our Simplified Sisterhood Facebook group, I don't know what you're waiting for. You need to be. It is truly, I know Emily says it all the time, but it is the kindest corner of the internet.
Truly.
If you have a question, if you need advice, if you need product recommendations, if you need, literally, they are your girls and they show up and they answer your questions. They are phenomenal. So, and some of the most like creative, smart women, truly, I get so much information from our Facebook group.
Yes.
It is crazy. So in preparation for today's episode, I went and took a peek just through like old comments and looking through things that ideas people have shared about packing lunches for your kids. And there, to no surprise, were some really great tips. One that I saw was the idea to freeze juice boxes to create like your own DIY ice pack situation. So take it straight from the freezer into the lunch bag, just like the yogurt tubes. It thaws by lunchtime.
So smart.
Right? I thought that was so smart. And I know we've talked about the Snackle box things, but if you don't have a Snackle box or want to buy a totally separate like bento box situation, just pre-portion any chips, pretzels, fruit, things like that in just smaller size reusable containers or bags ahead of time. Does the same thing. Call it a Snackle box. It's still exciting.
Kids love that stuff. Kids want to have like their own personal little baggie. It's insane.
Yeah.
And the reusable ones are so great. They wash well. I love this tip that we for sure do that.
Yeah. We have so many stasher bags in our house. I love those things. They're so easy to wash and just reuse forever and ever. And then one other that I saw that when I read it was like, why have I not thought about that before? But if your kids aren't sandwich people, just freeze like small portions of their favorite dinners when you make them. Genius idea.
So smart.
Like just meatballs and pasta. Freeze that. You can pop it in, like in a thermos, like we've talked about. What is cooler for a kid than bringing a thermos to lunch? Tacos, right? Like anything that they love to eat at dinner time, just freeze it and pack them.
Quesadillas, so easy to freeze because they're flat.
Quesadillas,
they're flat already.
Yeah, delish.
Love that.
Okay, well, this was fun and very educational. I hope you guys also got some value out of our fun chat. Of course, we have to rapid fire before we leave because that's just what we do. So I've got 3 questions for you, Laura. Are you ready?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
What is a lunch that made you feel super cool in your elementary school cafeteria?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I already mentioned the thermos thing. I felt like I was really like a cool chick if I brought a thermos and like a spoon. Also, my mom never let us have Lunchables, but maybe like on the last day of school she would, and that always
special occasion.
I always think my kids always think I'm cool when I let them have Lunchables. So Lunchable, a Lunchable.
Okay.
What about you?
Mine was Easy Mac or mac and cheese in a thermos. That was like the best day ever. And I have a very oddly vivid memory of asking my mom for a butter sandwich.
Oh, just bread and butter, huh?
Yeah, I wanted a butter sandwich and she made me a butter sandwich and I must have been like 2nd grade. I don't know how old I was, but I have such a vivid memory of feeling like so cool.
Fancy.
And being so excited. I don't know. I can't explain it. I was a weird kid. What is your favorite place to go for a quick lunch when you're out and about?
Okay. So we don't, where I live out in the country.
And you're one stoplight town.
Yes. Oh, one stoplight county.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. I did know that.
We're out in the sticks. Okay. So I don't get to go out for lunch on like a regular work day.
Out and about.
Ever. Ever. So, but when I'm like shopping or in a bigger city, why is McAllister's Deli so delicious?
Okay. You are like the 3rd person who has said that to me. And I've never been there.
Do they not have one in St. Louis?
No, they do. It's not super close to us, but they do.
Okay.
I've just never, they did it in Chicago. Like I've just never gone there.
It's probably not that. Okay. Also, if I'm in like the city, I got to get to like a Shake Shack. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I love a
yeah.
Jersey Mike's. But McAllister's Deli, man, they've got this. I just have had a wonderful experience every time. They have delicious lemonade. Also, Chipotle. Hello. Like,
Oh,
give me
Chipotle is, yeah.
See,
All day long.
these are not a part of my everyday life. Like, I get to have these things once a
It's
month.
a treat. Yeah.
So it is a treat. So you view it a little differently. So, but what about you?
I still think Chipotle is a treat. If I'm this is really stupid, but really the like restaurant I miss probably the most after leaving Chicago is Sweet Green, which
Ooh, wait, I don't know.
so dumb.
I don't know anything about it.
What?
No.
Laura. Oh my gosh. Okay. We will have a whole conversation about Sweet Green. It's a chain.
Okay.
It is very much a chain. They make salads, bowls, things like that. They make a harvest bowl. That is, I would get it twice, 3 times a week when I lived in Chicago, which is so terrible. But
it's probably good that I live nowhere near this. I would order that every day. That looks delicious.
They have, I just miss their salads and their bowls so much. So if I'm somewhere that has a Sweet Green, that is my favorite. Otherwise, Chipotle is a good, really great one for me. Okay.
Why does it always, so I'm looking at Sweet Green's website, like these bowls, you can totally make them at home for like 75% less. But like for some reason, when someone else makes it,
it's so much
for
better.
you.
I do have a really, really great harvest bowl, like knockoff recipe.
Ooh.
And my only thing with it is that this is one actually that I do a lot. Like on Sunday, I'll make everything so that I have it for the week because it's a really great meal prep recipe. You can get a whole week out of it. The prep takes a while because you've got to, it's got sweet potatoes.
You're making a lot of stuff.
You're making a lot of items, which is nice when you go there and they do it all for you. And they just mix it so well. I don't know how to describe it.
And you don't have to do the dishes afterwards.
Right. Okay. That was a whole other thing. Doing the dishes, it just adds a whole other mental capacity to making food.
Okay, I'm adding Sweet Green to my list on the next time I'm in a city more than 15,000 people, I will
please. It's
go find one.
Find one.
That looks so good.
Yeah.
Now I'm hungry.
Green, please, I check your website like once a week to see if you're coming to St. Louis, and you are not. So please get on that. Hurry up.
Yeah, call us, Sweet Green. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. All right, friends, go make some lunch.
Go enjoy lunch. Make it easy on yourself.
Yeah. If you have any other tips, suggestions, please let us know. We are obviously all about lunch. We are all about food. We want to hear from you. Otherwise, thank you for listening.
See you guys.
Bye, guys. Well, how fun was that? Laura is a super mom. We already knew this, but what great ideas. A snack plate, like an adult Lunchable. What a great idea. I will be absolutely doing that for myself. And bulk lunches. Dang, how easy is that? All right, y'all, let me say a blessing over you as you get ready to get back to your day. As you prep the meals and do the things to keep the wheels in motion, I hope you remember that the small things matter so much, that caring for yourself and your people is a radical act of love. And this is the kind of love that stays with you and will carry you through the day, no matter what it brings. This is the part of the episode where we usually give you a little tip you can tuck in your pocket and take with you. So here is what I have got for you today. Do yourself a favor and pack an emergency lunchbox for the car, because there are very few emergencies like hangriness. I don't think that's even a word, but I'm going to make it one. My brain starts to short circuit when I'm hungry. I don't know if yours does the same, but it's not a great feeling. So if you know you're going to be out and about for the day, just stash some things in a lunchbox for yourself and toss it in the car. I usually throw a chomp stick in there, a banana, some pretzels, trail mix, things like that. I also will usually toss a full water bottle in there too. I know it's summer and our cars get really hot, but in the cooler months, I just keep that lunchbox in my car, so I always have it with me. And when it is hot, I just make sure I pack it at night and put it next to the diaper bag so that I don't forget it on my way out the door. Because go away, hangry. Nobody likes you. Hey, thanks for listening to the Simplified podcast. You can find show notes for this episode over at emilylay.com. For more info on links and resources I mentioned here, and you can shop the entire collection of Simplified planners and products. You can also follow me on Instagram at Liz M. Holtzman and follow our brand at Simplified for tons of simplicity tips and inspiration to get you through the day. Thanks so much for being here, you guys. If you want conversations like this every week, click the follow button on our show wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you liked what you heard today, leave us a review. That helps other people find the show too. That is all I have got for you today, you guys. Be sure to tune in next week for more Simplified goodness. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.